we talked about a bunch of different scenarios, some what ifs. This next what if is going to be, okay, I've done the work to boom, snap, I cover. Generally speaking, for me, you can go at the elbow, pull it up. I like the gable grip pinching at the elbow for me in this particular case. But I break them down here, boom. Maybe I even get him to his elbows. But you're gonna have the people that know exactly what you're going for, most likely the back. Obviously, we can go for the neck. But in today's jiu-jitsu, like no-gi, ADCC style, most people are gonna be sprinting to the back because there's gonna be more scoring opportunities. If I go for like a guillotine choke here and I fail, there's a potential that he ends up on top. So generally speaking, now the way things are being taught at the higher level is we're working to get around our opponent and start working our attacks following the back control or whatever ensues after that. So now, assuming that he knows that, who knows what he's gonna try to do to prevent me from getting around?
Sit out?
He could sit out. It's gonna be tough though because I have a grip. There's one thing that he has to do before that. Yeah, that's one way, but assuming that I'm pinching at the elbow, he is going to be tough. What's the only thing he has left to do to basically stall out? Not stall out, but stall from me getting behind him.
Base.
Base. So what does that mean?
Spread his knees out really wide so he can't be flipped as easy.
You're on the right track, but even that keeps him immobile, so I'm still going to be able to get around at some point.
What about his elbows too? He flares the elbows.
Almost. Feet. So for example, if Tim has me in a front head, and I know he's gonna try to get around, instead of trying to fight to get out of this, if I feel him gaining ground, I'm gonna work to get up and get up to my feet here like this, so that I can start to at least work to circle out and hopefully break the grip to get free. But when that happens, we have a couple good options. So let's go all the way down. First option, I'm hanging heavy here, he pops up to his feet, we're here, okay? Let's bring this foot a little bit closer. If you see this foot close, what we're gonna do is transfer from our headlock to an ankle pick. So my outside knee is gonna drop, my other leg's gonna come up, and what I'm doing here is taking this arm and I'm just shoving it backwards as my other hand comes to the heel, and I'm doing this. That's gonna bring him to his butt. So I'm hanging tight here, he brings his foot close. As I'm doing this, I wanna drive some weight back into him, who knows why?
He's gonna push.
Yes, exactly. So all of his weight goes to his leg. As soon as I see this is in reaching distance, my outside knee drops and then my other foot steps up. Let's turn. So watch this transition. Drops, step up. This gets me an angle that closes distance, so it's closer for me to grab. I switch the heel and I shove with this arm. Look, and I come up. So it's boom. Don't be nice about it either. So I'm here, he feels me starting to go around, he pops up. Okay, good. When I see this happening, if his feet are far away, I can drive his body weight back to his feet to create less distance for me to have to make up for. I go, drop this knee, that closes even more distance. Boom, and this is my driving leg. Boom, ankle pick, shove, come up to pass. Got it? Yes, sir.
Are you ever, like from that pop-up position, right, are you ever driving towards a particular leg to kind of create that angle for the ankle pick, or is that...
I'm always going to be looking for the leg. So for example, if my head is looking to this side, I'm always going to be here because this is a hand that's on the head, like controlling. So this is the hand that I can let free for a second to trap him. Because even just staying here, like get out, it's going to be kind of awkward for him. So as long as I can go from here to here, I'm nearly guaranteed to get this takedown. Okay, so one more, very simple. So go down. So we have the ankle pick. Try not to forget that. He pops up in that same position. Maybe the ankle pick is in there. But I get from this position and I swing myself around to cradle. Let's turn. So in wrestling, this is something you use to pin somebody on their back. But in jiu-jitsu, you can actually utilize cradles to get takedowns and then present yourself with very effective guard passing scenarios that ensue after. For example, I go from his headlock, I swing around to this cradle, and I'm tipping him to his shoulder here. Okay, from this scenario, I'm stepping over into a leg weave. Let's turn. Stepping over into a leg weave, cross-facing across the head, generally pinning, hanging out here for a little bit until I decide which way I want to go, to the back or side control or whatever. Questions? I'll go through the last two again. Yes, sir.
What kind of grip are you getting when you?
Usually, like I just go and close in on like a S grip, and then I pinch my elbows as best as I can. If you can get deeper and get this is stronger. But a lot of times, like with the bigger guys I'm going against, this is the best I can get.
Thank you.
Yep. Any other questions? Okay, so these two together. First one, ankle pick. He pops up. Outside knee. Boom. Shove and pull. Come up to pass. The second option, let's go butt towards them. The second option, I'm hanging heavy on the head and I see this leg here. So I take an outside step and I swing this arm around and I lock my hands together. I pinch this elbow down to basically make him do a front roll as I step up. He breaks down. I step over to get my pin. I generally go hip and cross face as I work to generally get around to his back. Okay, questions? Okay, good. So I know we kind of showed a bit of a lot, we zoomed through it, but I want to show you guys a lot of different options, at least get your minds thinking. A lot of these options you will find happen in live quite frequently, especially from standing, especially if you're not the type to actually shoot in on the legs. This gives you some options that you can do without having to drop super low and go for single legs and double legs and stuff if that's not your forte. Any comments, questions, concerns? Okay, let's break out, practice, and then we'll roll. Go. Get the arm in. Probably, yeah.
Comes down. No, knee drops.
Oh, yeah. Good. Nice. There you go, step over. Okay, cross face, collect the hip.
Yeah, let's start.
Beautiful. Nice job, boys. Good job. Let's bring it in real fast before we roll, please. First of all, I wanted to say thank you to all of you guys for lending me your time. I really do appreciate it. It's an honor. I haven't taught in a while, so it's a very cool thing to be able to do some of my passions in front of amazing people like this, and you guys have cultivated an outstanding atmosphere thanks to yourselves and the coaches that you're under. Coach Josh gave me a beautiful opportunity. He and I have shed a lot of sweat and blood together in the mat. I don't know if there's blood, but a lot of sweat together in the mats. We've had a lot of hard training sessions. He was one of my favorite training partners back before I moved. And even though he's predominantly gi and I'm predominantly no gi, we were always able to kind of feed off each other and help each other out in both respective arts. And so I just want to say that one, you guys being here have made a phenomenal decision. I'm very happy that you guys are here. You're under a great coach and great coaches and a great atmosphere. So give yourselves a round of applause. Again, it's an honor, it's a blessing to be able to teach and provide jiu-jitsu to those willing to receive it, and you guys have allowed me the opportunity, so thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Arizona, if you don't know who I am, this is my home. I've always loved it here. This is by far where I'm gonna die at some point later on in my life, but until then, I gotta do some things in Texas, but I hope to represent you guys as best as I can while I'm doing my stuff out there, and I really appreciate all of you and Josh for the awesome opportunity, so thank you.